Tonight, we uncover a story shaking the very foundation of leadership and democracy. A legendary figure, one of the most respected voices in U.S. history, is taking a bold stand against Donald Trump's controversial choices. From secretive deals to explosive critiques, this is about power, integrity, and the fight for the truth. Don't miss this deep dive into a moment defining our future. Stay tuned.
Today, we dive into a story that has sent shockwaves through the political and national security spheres, raising questions about the very core of leadership, integrity, and democracy. This isn't just another partisan battle. It's a reckoning of trust in those we appoint to safeguard our most sensitive institutions. At the heart of this story lies a powerful critique from one of the most respected figures in American history. A man who has served 5 presidents and who uniquely led both the CIA and the FBI. His words are not just a warning but a rallying cry for the future of governance, national security, and democracy as we know it. As we dig into the details, let's first consider the extraordinary influence Donald Trump continues to wield. His ability to command loyalty, unwavering, sometimes unquestioning loyalty, from individuals and organizations alike is both impressive and concerning. It's a phenomenon that highlights the transactional nature of power in today's political world. Recently, major corporations, Silicon Valley executives, and even prominent religious figures have aligned themselves with Trump, contributing staggering sums of money to his initiatives and inaugural events. Why? Because securing a seat at Trump's table is seen as a necessity in a world where access to power dictates influence and outcomes. Take, for example, the list of corporate giants who've poured millions into Trump's orbit. Executives from companies like Amazon, Meta, Goldman Sachs, and Tesla have made significant financial commitments, signaling their desire to stay in Trump's good graces. The motivations are clear. These contributions are investments in future policy influence, regulatory advantages, and market positioning. Elon Musk, for instance, has been particularly strategic, reportedly spending over $250 million to bolster Trump's political ventures. In return, Tesla's stock has soared, an economic boon tied directly to Musk's proximity to power. But what does this say about the state of modern politics? It reveals a troubling shift where loyalty and financial contributions overshadow merit and ethics. This transactional dynamic isn't confined to corporate boardrooms. It extends to the highest levels of government and national security. Now, amidst this backdrop of loyalty and compliance, a singular voice has emerged. A voice that refuses to be swayed by political currents or personal gain. That voice belongs to William Webster, a name synonymous with integrity, wisdom, and public service. Webster, the only individual to have ever directed both the FBI and the CIA, has spoken out against Trump's controversial nominations for key intelligence roles. His critique isn't just a dissenting opinion. It's a clarion call for accountability and a sobering reminder of what's at stake when unqualified individuals are handed the reins of power. One of the central figures in this controversy is Kash Patel, a fiercely loyal Trump ally with a penchant for conspiracy theories and a history of prioritizing personal allegiance over professional objectivity. Patel's controversial suggestion to transform the FBI's Washington, D.C. headquarters into a deep state museum has drawn widespread criticism. It's not just the impracticality of the idea that alarms experts. It's what it represents. Patel's vision reflects a dangerous shift away from impartial governance toward a system that prioritizes personal loyalty to Trump over the rule of law. Webster's critique of Patel goes to the heart of what it means to serve in an institution like the FBI. The agency's credibility rests on its independence and its commitment to justice without bias or influence. By appointing someone like Patel, who has openly vowed to target Trump's perceived enemies, the very foundation of impartial justice is at risk. It's a move that could erode public trust, undermine the agency's integrity, and set a dangerous precedent for future administrations. Another contentious nomination is Tulsi Gabbard, a former U.S. representative from Hawaii with no formal intelligence experience. Gabbard's history of controversial statements, particularly her sympathetic remarks toward authoritarian figures like Vladimir Putin and Bashar al-Assad, has raised serious concerns about her suitability for a role as critical as Director of National Intelligence. Webster's assessment of Gabbard underscores the importance of expertise in overseeing the nation's intelligence apparatus. The position of Director of National Intelligence requires a deep understanding of global threats, complex geopolitical dynamics, and the ability to lead a sprawling network of 18 intelligence agencies. Gabbard's lack of experience, combined with her controversial views, poses a significant risk to the effectiveness and credibility of the intelligence community. Webster warns that such a nomination could jeopardize the trust of allied nations, weaken international partnerships, and compromise the U.S.'s ability to respond to emerging threats. Webster's critique isn't just about individual appointments. It's about the broader implications of Trump's leadership style and its impact on democratic institutions. By prioritizing loyalty over competence, Trump is reshaping the landscape of governance in a way that threatens the principles of accountability, transparency, and meritocracy. This shift has profound consequences, not only for the intelligence community but for the integrity of democracy itself. The confirmation process for these nominees will serve as a litmus test for the state of American democracy. Will Republican senators put their allegiance to Trump above their constitutional duty to act as independent decision-makers? Or will they rise above partisan pressures to uphold the principles of justice and national security? The answers to these questions will shape the trajectory of the nation and its institutions for years to come. This moment also invites us to reflect on the role of loyalty in politics. Loyalty, in its best form, can foster unity and a sense of purpose. But when loyalty becomes blind and unquestioning, it can lead to dangerous outcomes. Webster's critique is a powerful reminder that true leadership requires more than loyalty. It demands courage, accountability, and a steadfast commitment to the greater good. As we consider the implications of these nominations, it's essential to remember the critical role the intelligence community plays in safeguarding national security. Undermining its independence and professionalism could have far-reaching consequences, not just for the U.S. but for the global community. Allied nations rely on the U.S. to lead with integrity and strength. Any erosion of trust could weaken these partnerships and embolden adversaries. This story is about more than politics. It's about the values and principles that define us as a society. It's about the importance of expertise, accountability, and the rule of law. It's about resisting the temptation to prioritize personal gain over the common good. And most importantly, it's about standing up for the ideals that underpin our democracy. Webster's words are a call to action, urging us to stay informed, engaged, and vigilant. Democracy thrives when citizens actively participate in the political process and hold their leaders accountable. In these challenging times, it's more important than ever to prioritize integrity over spectacle and substance over showmanship. As we navigate these turbulent waters, let's take a moment to reflect on the gravity of Webster's warning. His words remind us that democracy is not a static entity but a living, breathing system that requires constant vigilance, engagement, and action. Together, we have the opportunity to build a stronger, more inclusive, and more resilient democracy. One that upholds the values of justice, integrity, and freedom for all. This is not a task for the few, but a collective responsibility that lies in the hands of every individual willing to stand up and be counted. The choices we make today, both as individuals and as a society, will echo far beyond our own lifetimes. They will shape not only the future of our nation but also the global community that looks to us as a beacon of hope and possibility. Let us rise to the challenge and meet these defining moments with courage, wisdom, and unwavering determination. Thank you for joining us in this critical discussion. Your time, attention, and engagement are invaluable as we work to unpack these complex issues and strive for a better tomorrow. If you found this video insightful, please show your support by giving it a like and sharing it with others who care about the future of our democracy. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis, thought-provoking commentary, and stories that truly matter. Your support empowers us to continue bringing you content that informs, inspires, and equips you to take action. Together, we can spark meaningful conversations and drive the changes we wish to see in the world. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's move forward with purpose and unity. The future depends on what we do in the present, so let's make every moment count.